Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters. I would like to speak with you today about sensitivity. There are times when, having a human body, you get messages in your nervous system from your senses. It's all an illusion, but the feelings that you have are palpable. And there are times when you're not conscious of the effects that things are having on you, and then there are times when you're very, very conscious of them. For instance, 30 or 40 years ago, most homes had someone in them who smoked cigarettes, but there wasn't a great sensitivity. People were not aghast at the smell of smoke. It just became something they were accustomed to. Everybody smoked. Cigarettes were distributed to soldiers out in the field. During a break, they would say, "Smoke 'em if you got 'em." There was no sensitivity towards maybe this wasn't so great for your body. As the sensitivity grew, as people became more aware, it got to a place where if somebody was smoking, the smell was so obvious and offensive that people were feeling like they couldn't be in the same room. So sensitivity is a very interesting thing. Right now, there's a kind of hypersensitivity where it's very easy to be offended, not just by cigarette smoke, but by someone else's beliefs, by someone else's speech, by something that somebody is doing or saying. And now there's a new meaning to the word triggering, which has to do with something that happens in the environment could actually upset you, such that your sensitivity is heightened. And the response to this throughout society has recently been, because I'm so sensitive and because what you do or say offends me, you should stop. And we should get you to stop. And you should censor yourself so that you don't hurt me. And you can see where this, when you take it to extreme, has everyone walking on eggshells. Comedians afraid to make a joke. People afraid to express an opinion for fear of offending someone or else being attacked for being insensitive. I want to talk with you about the best way to use this sensitivity that you now have. When you're not conscious of the effects that your words and actions have on others, you can very easily do things unwittingly that are hurtful without meaning to. When you don't realize that everyone out there is you, you can come to believe that it's possible to do unto other people and that won't affect you. Years ago, people used to just drop their waste overboard if they were on a boat, or take a ride in the country and throw the trash out the window when they got to a gully. And somehow there was no sensitivity that would have some consequences. Well, now we've reached the opposite extreme, and it seems that everything you think or say seems to have consequences for someone. But what is the answer? Is the answer to turn yourself inside out so that no one is ever offended? Is the answer to harden yourself so that your attitude is get over yourself? Perhaps the answer is to realize that everyone out there is you. And before you act on the thoughts that you have, you might want to consider, how would you feel on the other end of what you're putting out? More than any other thing, allow yourself to recognize your unity with everything and everyone out there. And it will govern your behavior, not to make you hypersensitive or triggered, but to have you become more conscious of your connection with everything, such that your behaviors will be a little more circumspect without being hypersensitive, and will be in the direction of being loving. It doesn't mean being nice all the time, but it means being clear about where you're coming from. Many times we hurt people inadvertently, not having any idea the effect our words or actions will have on others. But as we become more conscious, it actually hurts us to hurt other people. And even though it's all an illusion in a body, the purpose on the earth has very much to do with the recognition of who you are and who everyone is, and how to be and how to act and how to think in alignment with your highest self. And you only learn that by making mistakes, by misjudging and miscalculating, and learning the effects that your words have. And somewhere in the middle between hypersensitivity and insensitivity, which seem to coexist, is a place for right action and right thought and right speaking. Center yourself in yourself. And what you do will be a reflection of God, the God in you and the God in them. You may find yourself at the same time that you're insensitive, feeling hypersensitive about your own concerns. That's okay. Continue to seek the peace and the centeredness of your true self, and let that guide your actions and your reactions to everything that happens around you and everything that you do. This is the correct use of time, to allow yourself to learn who you really are. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.